Stop. Never, ever. We will never stop. They get paid every month, yeah? When they turn 60 or 50, they go with the pension. No, they stop. We will never stop. If I breathe, I will continue.
They're gonna take us to prison. What? They're gonna take our nationality. They can take our nationality. We don't want it. Here, they can take it. What is this? What is it? Here, they want to say. Here, they can take it from us. We don't need it. You know,
this is the Belgian card.
This is the part. Like I told you, they have their nationality. We have our flag of La ilaha illallah everywhere. That's the only thing we want.
We are now here, and we will stay here, and we will establish Islam here. That's our main objective. We will establish Islam here.
Who the fuck are you, boy? Why you got your fist up?
Jesus was Palestinian. Don't start with us.
Oh, what you want to do? What you want to do?
Do me a favor, get out of here.
Nah, I'm staying right here. Nah.
Are you Hamas? I don't like
Yes,
Hamas.
yes, I'm Hamas. Yes, I'm Hamas. What you gonna do if I'm Hamas? Do something. I'm Hamas. You're looking at Hamas in the eyes.
You're wrong.
Do something.
You're wrong.
Yeah. No. Boy, hide behind the police, boy. Hide behind the police, boy. Hide behind the police, boy. You want violence? Bring the violence. Bring it. Bring the violence. Bring it. Bring the violence. Bring it to me.
Every fascist state will fall.
Every fascist state will fall.
What's the solution? You know, if Muslim people are in the wrong and they are committing crimes, you know, no one's above the law.
If the law of the land is Islamic, we respect the law of the land.
What if it's not Islamic?
If it's not Islamic, then the law of the land and those who make it can go to hell, quite honestly, because Allah said in the Quran, in chapter 33, verse 1, He said, "O Prophet, fear Allah and do not obey the disbelievers and the hypocrites." Is David Cameron a Muslim or a disbeliever? Guys,
I can't speak on camera.
So you can't obey him. So he can go to hell, as well as all of the other leaders.
Do you think I should go to hell?
Let me tell you something.
I'm a non-Muslim.
You're on your way to the hellfire because you're a non-Muslim. All non-Muslims are destined for the hellfire.
We're Christians. We love the Lord. We're Catholic. We love the Lord. We're Hindu. We're Buddhist. We're all of these things. We're Muslim. We're a great nation filled with amazing people from all over the world with the freedom of religion. Difference is we don't force feed our religion on people. We don't kill people if they are not practicing our religion. But these Islamists, they do.
It's called world domination, and they have a very simple plan, and it's actually brilliant. It's infiltrate, populate, dominate, never assimilate, and then create a caliphate, and then bring upon Sharia law. It's the greatest threat to Western civilization. And if you notice, 85% of Muslim refugees, they don't go to other countries, their countries. They have 54 Muslim nations. You know why they come to Christian nations?
To change them.
And they do it by using our laws. Charlie Kirk said it best. Immigration without assimilation is an invasion. When I say that the world has a huge problem, and you've seen what happened in Europe, Europe has fallen, and we're too nice in America. We're letting people who come here who really don't love this country. I want to live in a country where everybody can practice the religion of their choice, but not have anybody threaten their right to exist or want to change this Christian nation that I'm living in.
They come to Christian nations to take over because they know that we're peaceful. That's it. They know we're peaceful. They know that they can force their will on us, and they go from nation to nation to nation to nation, and they do exactly that. And we do nothing about it.
I'm an Arab, and today I stand with the Jewish community in Australia. What happened was not a misunderstanding, it was anti-Semitism, it was terrorism. This kind of hate grows when extremists is allowed space and incitement is ignored. The ideology behind the attack is linked to a Muslim Brotherhood-led movement. The same ideology driven the army committing crimes in Sudan. Different place, but the same thinking. In the UAE, anti-Semitism is a crime. Extremism is stopped early. This is how society stays safe. Standing with the Jewish community is not politics, it's humanity. I stand with the victim. I stand against terrorism.
What's the solution? You know, if Muslim people are in the wrong and they are committing crimes, you know, no one's above the law.
If the law of the land is Islamic, we respect the law of the land.
What if it's not Islamic?
If it's not Islamic, then the law of the land and those who make it can go to hell, quite honestly, because Allah said in the Quran, in chapter 33, verse 1, He said, "O Prophet, fear Allah and do not obey the disbelievers and the hypocrites." Is David Cameron a Muslim or a disbeliever? guys.
I can't speak on camera,
so you can't obey him. So he can go to hell, as well as all of the other leaders.
Do you think I should go to hell?
Let me tell you something.
I'm a non-Muslim.
You're on your way to the hellfire because you're a non-Muslim. All non-Muslims are destined for the hellfire.
And American citizens are going out of their way to get in the way of law enforcement that will keep our nation safer.
They just snatched him out of the fucking car!
All of this chaos comes because ICE is trying to do their job. During the Biden administration, they opened up the border, allowed millions of illegal immigrants to come here from all over the world, did not card them, identified them. We don't know who you were allowing over here. And that's the thing. It's not about hatred. We don't hate anybody. We love everybody. What's going on, Hadassah and Renee? I'll be there with y'all in a minute. I'm almost done. We don't hate anybody. We actually want everybody to be able to come here and to live the life that they've always looked for. If you're running away from terrorism in your own country, we are welcoming you as long as you do things the right way. And as long as you're willing to give back to the country that's going to give so much to you, we don't mind. But don't come over here all entitled and arrogant, giving us your asses to kiss, because then we're going to put our boot in your butt crack. And this is what the problem is. A lot of American citizens are getting in the way of our law enforcement doing their job. And that's why you see all of this chaos, saying, no, back away from the criminals. They need their just due. They need to go to court. They need to be represented. They need this. They need that. No, they don't. They need to get the hell out and then come back and do things the right way. And we're not being cold about it. We're looking out for our children, for our mothers, our daughters, our nieces, our nephews, our sons. They're doing whatever they want. We don't even know who they are to go and arrest them. And then when we go to arrest them, we got our own American citizens preventing us from getting to them. They already left countries where this didn't work. So they come over here where we have peace and we have abundance, and they're trying to force feed us the same bullshit that ruined their country. Please make that make sense. Why would we want that? Well, ask Elon Omar. Ask Zoran Mamdani.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
Ask Jasmine Crockett.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right, right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands. You're not. You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
Ask all these people who are closing a blind eye to bring on all these other cultures and allow them to do whatever the hell they want to do, and then act like we are the bad guys because we want America to look like America, to sound like America, to move like America, to grow like America, to be flourishing and thriving like we've always been.
I don't think you would be very safe over there. I don't think I would be very safe in Afghanistan. Their culture is not nice to women.
Okay, but I also don't think many international students are safe here either.
Well, if they're not safe, maybe they should go home.
Wow, I guess I should go home.
Do you think that you're unsafe?
I could be. I potentially.
Then wouldn't it, the why stay here on a university? You're not paying attention to your surroundings. You've got earbuds in. If you feel unsafe, wouldn't you be safer back in Jamaica?
A lot of ICE will just like take people off the streets and stuff, and there's been like multiple cases of like even Native Americans being taken from like their land and stuff, and they're just held in prison.
Hey, I love your hair. Us curly girls got to stick together, right? We're asking students today, because you're getting finals. Finals are next week, right? You gonna ace those?
I hope so.
You got this. You got this. If Trump was a student of yours, what grade would you give him on his finals for his job so far in his second term?
Probably an F.
An F?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So no improvement. He's not passing.
No.
No, okay. Why would you give him an F?
You know, I don't feel like there has been much change in terms of like the betterment of us.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. 30 states just within the last few days reached gas below $3. He extended and made permanent the largest tax cut to American families in American history. The border crossings have resulted in the past 7 months now, 0 illegal immigrants being released into the interior of the United States. So he has effectively single-handedly solved the border crisis that was so prevalent, couldn't be solved in the last administration. There's 3 good things.
That's true, but that's just 3 good things.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So what are 3 bad things?
I can't tell you that off the top of my head.
Bruh.
Okay.
But if I did a little research,
yeah,
I could get back to you.
Okay, but you know you would give him an F.
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
So recently, he said that he was going to halt all migration from third world countries. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Yeah. What was your reaction?
Well, I'm an international student.
Oh, really? Where are you from?
Jamaica.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I don't feel too great about that. And I also heard about a ban on international students, starting with Harvard. And I just don't support that because I feel like we need international students.
Why do we need international students?
Well, I mean, you would gain knowledge and experience from other places around the world. So,
what knowledge and experience would we gain from a third worlder, from a third world countries? Let's say from like, I don't know, Afghanistan.
I mean, everyone's culture is different, so you're always able to input somewhere else.
Yeah. So what kind of culture would an Afghani refugee bring to America?
At just 10 years of age, this little girl is saved from a forced marriage. Her parents agreed to sell her to a man 15 years her senior for $2,500, but the marriage has been annulled. An association is taking the family away from the camp where they lived. After a 4-hour drive, they arrive in the big city of Herat, a leap into the unknown for Amina and her family. 3 months ago, we met in the remote province of Badghis, in the middle of the mountains. In the camp, neither Taliban or NGO were present, only women and children trying to survive. Many of the girls were being sold as a source of income for the families. Do you know when you're leaving, and how are you feeling? Do you feel ashamed for selling her when you see her crying like that?
It's because our children are starving. I have no other choice.
I'm not sure. Anything that an Afghan...
Well, what is their culture?
I don't know. That I can't speak on.
Today, Amina and her family have been relocated. Her father welcomes us.
Comment vas-tu? Ça va? Oui, petite fille. Tu vas bien?
Moi, je n'ai pas de maison.
Tu me montres ce que tu as fait. Tu as fait tout le coloriage? Et Amina va pouvoir rester avec vous, il n'y a plus de mariage. Qu'est-ce que ça représente?
Today, with the aid they've received from the association Too Young to Wed, the family can dream of a better future.
We are going to do our best for you.
Together with his colleagues, Aziz Tawakoli managed to have the marriage annulled. They were the ones who helped the family leave the camp.
Can you explain to me? Maybe we go. Okay. Because it's complicated again.
To go further into detail, Aziz brings us into the living room to speak discreetly.
It happened under the supervision of the imams in their neighborhood. To annul the marriage, we had to promise to help the father find a job. We had to sign a written agreement that the father must reimburse the husband within a year or two.
The organization treads a delicate balance, working to find a solution for families, but never buy back children directly. They fear parents could be tempted to sell their children to get more aid. In the camp where Amina lived, we met another family, a very different situation. 4-year-old Sabera was sold by her mother for $500 to a couple who could not have children.
I had to sell her, even though I know that no one should separate a mother from her child. How could I give away a little girl like her? What if my children were going to starve to death?
Sabera has been reunited with her family. Thanks to the association, the adoption was canceled. Today, the little girl goes to school in Herat for the very first time.
If you could grade Donald Trump's job so far in a second term, what would you give him? A through F?
Maybe a C.
Maybe a C? Okay, so you'd pass him.
Right.
But work to be done.
Yes.
Okay, what could he do to get an A?
I think we could use some better environmental policies.
Okay.
Reduce coal consumption.
What kind of policies would you like to see to do that?
I'm not quite sure.
Bruh.
Honestly.
Okay.
Just maybe more investment in nuclear and hydro.
Okay, yeah, I could get on point with that. What about you? You got a different grade, or is he on point?
I'm going more like with a D, D minus.
Okay, all right. So he's more forgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, why would you give a D or a D minus?
I would like to see us focusing in other areas. I feel like the rest of the world is using their science and technology and experience to do helpful things to individuals as well as to the planet. And
like what?
Like with universal healthcare programs and with environmental programs.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the tens of thousands of Canadians that died just last year on the wait list trying to see a doctor and get care?
No, I'm not familiar with that situation.
Yeah, tens of thousands of them died on a wait list because they have a federalized system of healthcare there, and they couldn't see a doctor because the wait list was so long.
During the government shutdown, one of the chief claims that Republicans are making is that Democrats are trying to give free health care to undocumented immigrants, including in emergency rooms across the country.
If you're an American citizen, you've been to a hospital in the last few years, you probably noticed that wait times are especially large, and very often somebody who's there in the emergency room waiting is an illegal alien, very often a person who can't even speak English. Why do those people get health care benefits at hospitals paid for by American citizens?
President-elect Donald Trump's pick for borders are visited Chicago this week, saying our city will be ground zero for mass deportations.
While the threat has many immigrants concerned, others say it's long overdue. Investigative reporter Ben Bradley digs into the issue with a look at the arguments from both sides and how the state law bans police from working with immigration agents.
A police pursuit.
Vehicles continuing through a cornfield.
It ended in a cornfield an hour south of Chicago and illustrates how Illinois law enforcement is handcuffed when it comes to dealing with people in this country illegally. The men denied knowing about the drugs and claimed they fled in fear of being deported. A judge ordered one man detained because of his criminal record, but released the other because the 18-year-old's juvenile criminal history out of state wasn't initially known.
Bruh. I'll guarantee you'll never see him again.
Kankakee County Sheriff Mike Downey says he's released countless people from his jail because state law prevents him from even asking about their immigration status.
I can't call ICE and say, this individual is getting released tomorrow, this individual is getting released in 3 hours. I can't. So he walks out the door. I just don't believe that Illinois will ever be a safe state until our governor decides to affect policy change, and I don't see him doing that.
Don't realize is that Barack Obama was the single biggest deporter-in-chief, removing more than 400,000 people in a single year. Trump deported a peak of just under 270,000, and Biden never got above 145,000. Immigration and Customs Enforcement monitors law enforcement databases to see who's been arrested. The Kankakee County Sheriff told us ICE has requested 80 inmates be held for immigration issues over the past 3 years. But because of state law, he couldn't do that. And most, like the younger man arrested on fentanyl charges, were released with only a promise that they'd return. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
Where are you from?
Venezuela.
Venezuela?
Yeah.
Okay, and you have no opinion on Trump?
I do like that he contributed to the rescue of Venezuela at some point, or at least he was like trying to.
Yeah.
Because I do remember he was trying to like fight out the Maduro like supremacy attacks and stuff.
Okay. A lot of people are saying he's going to go to war with Venezuela.
I have heard about that, and honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea because I feel like that's the only way that my country could truly be free.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I talk to a lot of people who hate Trump every week, and I've been hearing recently how they are protesting against him, and one of the reasons is because he wants to go to war with Venezuela. And these are American old white boomers. But you're from Venezuela, and you're saying, honestly, that might be the best thing.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I feel like if their country is so low on military resources, I feel like it wouldn't really be so much of a war.
Okay.
If anything, they would just kind of like how they bought Russia. I mean, not Russia, when they bought Alaska from Russia.
You want us to acquire Venezuela?
Wouldn't that be so?
No, we don't. We don't want that. That's okay.
I'm not into politics.
Not into politics? Okay.
I'm not from here.
Okay. Where are you from?
From Trinidad and Tobago.
From Trinidad. Okay. What's your degree again?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering. Okay. When you graduate, do you hope to get a work visa and stay here and work, or are you going back there?
No comment. No comment.
No comment? You can't just tell me what your goals are?
No comment. No comment.
Do you want to work in America or go back to Trinidad?
No comment.
Why is that hard to answer?
No comment. Have a good day, guys.
C, average. What do you think?
How much the grade they will get?
What?
The marquis. You are asking me about the grade, or you are asking?
No. Where are you guys from?
Colombia.
Colombia.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are they here on student visas?
Yes.
Okay. What was that process like?
It's not too difficult. Especially the USF is a very friendly process.
Yeah. Lots of student.
From Colombia over here?
Well, I don't know about Colombia, but just in general, lots of student visa holders I talked to today. It's kind of hard to talk to Americans on this American campus. That's crazy.
That we heard recently, that's true.
Yeah.
So far, when you go back, did that help or did it hinder this country?
Yeah, that's my question to you.
So it helped
in
the past.
Okay, letting in the third world has helped America.
Oh, yes, I believe so.
In what way?
In any way, diversity helps. Not just this country. Obviously, I'm foreigner.
Yeah.
But any country.
Okay. How has bringing in 77,000 Afghan nationals in 2021?
Oh, but that's more specific question. So
how has it helped?
That I don't know if that helped.
Okay.
I'm saying
there's about 5 people.
I'm gonna go back.
Sure.
After Second World War.
Yeah.
All the German scientists were brought here. NASA was built on the German scientists. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But the person who headed NASA after the Second World War was a German scientist.
Okay.
And
is Germany the third world?
Well, it's a world outside of U.S.
Yeah. Well, it's not a third world country. How would you describe
how would
third
you
world?
define third world country?
Yeah,
I don't. In my view, I don't have one first world or third world country.
Okay, so you wouldn't like say that perhaps Somalia or Afghanistan is kind of, they've got very specific issues rather than like London or Germany?
We're all different, yes.
Yeah, but in what ways is Somalia different than Germany?
I don't know. I haven't been to Somalia.
You don't know?
No, I've never been.
What about
to
Afghanistan? Which way?
I haven't been to Afghanistan
Okay,
either.
which way is Afghanistan
I can tell you what is the difference between America and Germany because I've been to both.
Okay, so what ways would you just think? What we know about people, cultures?
I don't know anything.
You know nothing about Afghanistan.
I haven't been there. I've read stories. I've seen shows.
What kind of stories have you read?
About the nature there. About the.
What is the nature there?
Like every nature, different than what we've seen.
Different in what ways?
Different than the climate here, right?
How?
Here is humid.
How so?
Here is humid. There is not humid.
You're going to talk about weather?
About everything, right? Okay. Everything is different. Are you asking me about the country or the culture or the people?
The culture. I'm glad you brought that up. And the people. In what ways is Afghanistan as a culture, their way of life, their country?
At just 10 years of age, this little girl is saved from a forced marriage. Her parents agreed to sell her to a man 15 years her senior for $2,500.
Are you imposing an answer?
Let me ask you a question.
Are you imposing an answer on me?
I'm asking you a question if you would let me.
I'm answering you.
Yeah, so I haven't even finished my question, so you can't possibly answer it. He wants to halt migration permanently from third world countries. And that's what we're asking students here today. Is that fair, or do we probably need to do that?
With that, I'd really like to close the conversation.
Do you think we should halt
I'd like
migration?
To not express opinions for things of which I don't have all the details on.
Come on, let's go get some fish.
Bruh. When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly and securely. Don't wait. Decide how it ends.
Crime harder. Crime harder. Trump is your president. Crime harder. Crime harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, catch exclamation point.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
And shut down the Senate! We are at war!
We're in a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
But you can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high. No.
With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term.
he may not finish his term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime, just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.